Okay, so we're at 7 o'clock. I'm sure people will kind of trickle in, but Yvonne, do you want to go ahead and get us going?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Yvonne. I am I'm the chair of the district Rotaract committee, and I'm really excited to be able to just intro tonight. If you know me, you know I'm really passionate about Rotaract and young leaders and being able to support them. And I always love seeing new clubs getting started. So I'm going to call to order the charter meeting of the Rotaract Club of St. Albert. And I'm going to begin by just with a land acknowledgement. So clubs in District 5370 are located in areas of 3 treaties, 6, 8, and 11, plus the 11 First Nations under the Yukon Umbrella Final Agreement. I'd like to begin by acknowledging with respect the history, spirituality, and culture of the peoples with whom these treaties 6, 8, 11, and the Yukon Umbrella Final Agreement were signed, and the territories within which we reside, and our responsibility as treaty members. All the people here are beneficiaries of the Peace and Friendship Treaty. Today, I call in from Edmonton, and I acknowledge the homeland of the many diverse First Nations and Métis people whose ancestors have walked this land since early time. I'm grateful to work, live, and learn on the traditional territory of Treaty 6. To kick us off, I would also like to start with an introduction of Mark Dixon. Mark has over 3 decades of broad-based marketing, advertising, and public affairs expertise in the healthcare, post-secondary, and marketing sectors. Mark's varied marketing and account management experiences on both the agency and client sides have been valuable assets for his clients. His unique perspective and proven branding expertise have provided his clients with a distinct competitive advantage. As a former post-secondary marketing instructor, at NAIT and Canadian Institute of Retailing and Services and the U of A, Mark has a rare skill set in today's business climate, and one that has been instrumental in successfully guiding his clients through the strategic planning, implementation, and maintenance phases of their marketing initiatives. So please help me welcome Mark.
Thanks so much, Yvonne, and welcome everybody. I'm so excited for this event this evening. Laura asked me to give you a little background on how we got to where we are. So in May 2016, I was hot on the trail of business development in my role as VP Managing Director of a marketing agency, and ended up connecting with Laura Morey via LinkedIn, and subsequently set up a coffee meeting to chat with her. Well, it didn't take long for Laura to tell me that she was District Governor for Rotary District 5370. And asked me point blank if I was a Rotarian. No, I said. And have you thought about it? She said. Well, no. And she said, well, you should. And she started going through a list of options for me. And before long, she connected me with Daryl Baker. I quickly attended my first meeting in St. Albert. And on August 19th of 2016, I became a member. It wasn't long after joining the club that I became chair of Ways and Means, eventually having the privilege of leading 3 gala events, 2 Oktoberfests, and a Rib Fest with an enthusiastic group of Rotarians. In December 2018, I was standing at Save-On Foods doing a shift at the Salvation Army Kettle when Ann Ramsden, president-elect at the time, arrived for the next shift and notified me that I'd been selected as president-elect. Wow. Could have knocked me over with a kettle. Well, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a psychotic planner. So the research, coffee meetings, and emails began consulting with my fellow Rotarians. I wanted to get a jump start on my year, which was also the club's 30th anniversary year. I had discussions about how do we grow the club, how do we increase our impact, how do we shift the perception of a Rotary Club as being pale, male, and stale. As I continued my exploration, a common thread quickly emerged: youth. So how do we get these young folks involved in a meaningful way? How do we support them in the community? How do we focus on partnering and mentoring? What role can we play in growing and evolving, can they play in growing and evolving our club? Well, the key part of the success for our model for the 2021 club year quickly became to champion a community Rotaract club, as well as a community interact club, but that's another discussion. I was convinced that to truly be successful, the president of this new Rotaract Club needed to be strongly linked with our Rotary Club by having a dual membership and sitting on our board, contributing to the discussions firsthand. So the next challenge was to find the person who could take on this important role and make the dream a reality. Well, to me, it was obvious: Laura Charrois. Laura is a talented, engaging young woman who's active in our community, grew up in Rotary, and actually, I'll save that intro for a little bit later on. So I reached out to Laura. We had a coffee, and I pitched the idea. She was enthusiastic but hesitant at first. She wanted to make sure that if she committed, she'd be able to do a great job, but I had no doubt. She eventually started working her magic, recently becoming a member of our club, and so tonight we're here. So thanks so much for agreeing to lend your skills and creativity to this venture, President nominee Laura. I'm thrilled that our two clubs, and actually 3 clubs, including St. City, will be partnering for the future. I'd like to end with a quote that I found: "Empower young people and they will change the world." So for those of you who don't know her, Laura is a talented 22-year-old currently attending MacEwan University, pursuing her BSc in psychology. She's been involved in Rotary for 10 years through her father, who's a past president of our club, and was a member of the Paul Kane High School Interact Club. Laura is also a member of the MacEwan Rotaract Club for a number of years and wore many hats, including secretary, volunteer coordinator, president-elect, president, and even sat on the Ryala Planning Committee a few years ago. Laura is one of the youngest members to officially join the Rotary Club of St. Albert and is already a Paul Harris Fellow. Ladies and gentlemen, President nominee, Laura Charrois. Laura?
That felt so formal. That was so weird. Thank you, Mark, so much for the introduction. And thank everyone for being here, whether you are a member of the St. Albert Rotaract Club, St. City Rotaract Club, a prospective member from the district, international. Really having you all here, it means so much to me. I'm really, really excited for tonight. Brief overview of my Rotary history. Won't cross over too much of what Mark already said. But I did start with my dad in Rotary. He's there somewhere on your screen. But when he joined the club, more or less I did too. I've been volunteering with the St. Albert Rotaract Club since I was 12 years old. Eventually, again, joined the Interact Club at high school, MacEwan Rotaract Club, where I've been executive for 4 years now, which is a very long time, and district Ryla chair. I've also had the opportunity to go to 3 international conferences, one in Lisbon, Toronto, and Germany. And I'd like to talk a bit about my experience in Toronto and Germany and kind of how that impacted me as a Rotaractor. So firstly, Toronto was so exciting. I was volunteer coordinator of the MacEwan Rotaract Club. I was going with 4 other members of my club. We were all staying in an Airbnb together. It was going to be a really awesome trip, and it was. However, I ran into, I kind of found out what a problem was in Rotaract, and I hadn't been able to put my finger on it until I got to go to the conference. And the problem was that, unfortunately, at the time, there was still very much an old way of thinking of Rotary and Rotaract, and it is what I have been calling the hierarchy. And I'm sure many of you have heard of this, but it is unfortunately very popular that many people believe that Rotary or Rotarians are on top, then Rotaractors, then Interactors. And it's this weird constraint that age somehow gives you more power, of course it gives you more knowledge over time, but it doesn't change your worth. So this is a problem I ran into in Toronto. I found myself having to defend myself as a Rotaractor, defend Rotaract in general when I would be going to sessions at the international conference. Rotaractors being called lazy, saying we're just always on our phone, and I had to shut that down real fast, because if you're a Rotaractor or a Rotarian or an Interactor, that's not the kind of person you are. And even if it is, that's actually okay, and you can do that sometimes. I'm really, really grateful that that is the year that past President Barry Rassing came into play. He had some amazing strides, and the next year when I showed up in Germany, I was a bit hesitant. I was a bit nervous because I was expecting the same kind of approach that people would take to me as a Rotaractor, and instead I was being thanked for my position as a Rotaractor, and I was being congratulated on what I have done. And the shift that felt, that was the energy that I wanted from Rotary and from Rotaract. So I'm forever grateful that that shift happened. And that really kicked me into gear. I came back, had my presidential year, and now as past president, I apparently can't get enough of controlling a club. So here we are as president nominee. Kind of moving more into why a Rotaract Club in St. Albert, which is a question I've been receiving a lot from Rotarians, from people my age. One thing is that if you look at even the city's layout, the city of St. Albert recognizes that there is kind of a gap for things to do for people between the ages of like 20 to 35, aside from hitting up one of the 2 Canadian brew houses we have in town, which if you ask me is a bit excessive, but oh well. So there is a gap, and the city recognizes this, and I'm really, really hoping that Rotaract can, not to be cheesy in Rotary slang, but bridge the gap that the city is facing here. I would just love to bring something for young adults to do in St. Albert that doesn't cap off at 18 or 21. In fact, it doesn't cap off at all. Another reason I want to bring this into St. Albert is I know a lot of people that, their main point about international volunteering is, well, there's so much happening in our own backyard. Why don't we do it? Okay, great. Let's go do it then. I know a lot of people that don't love to volunteer in Edmonton because they want to work in St. Albert first. And I would love to give them that opportunity and create those connections here. Most importantly, though, and this was a big point of mine and past president of the McEwen Rotaract Clubs, Cole Baker, her goal as well, was we just wanted to create a sense of family. And, one of the most beautiful things we say at the McEwen Rotaract Club is we're just a family that volunteers together. And I hold that near and dear to my heart. And I would love to create even some sort of sense of that, some sort of sense of belonging here in my home city. So that's really why I'm here. I'm so, so excited. I was truly honored that Mark approached me to kind of spearhead this project with him. Again, it's just so excited and so excited to see so many people here. I'm going to stop talking now because as much as I feel like being president, apparently, I actually don't love speaking in front of people that much. This is a lot easier than normal, but we'll do what we have to. We do have a couple of guest speakers that are going to be speaking to everyone now. Firstly is past District Governor Tracy Fabric. Tracy has been an active Rotarian since joining in 2006. The Grand Prairie Sunrise Club was her first club. She then moved to Grand Prairie after 5, where she was past president of the Sunrise Club. She's also been past assistant governor, now past district governor. She's worked on big projects such as Highway to Mexico, and is just so, so passionate about Rotary. I loved getting to meet you in Germany. I'm so excited that you wanted to be here tonight. And one quote that you have in your bio that I just love so much is that Rotary is an avenue with an equal platform where we come together. Rotarians come from all sectors of communities. We share friendships, common values, and passion to serve. And through this, we change the lives of who we may never know. I love that. So Tracy, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much. I have to share, it is absolutely humbling and an honor to be with you tonight and to be able to share in this amazing excitement in this environment this evening. Laura, when you and I first met each other, what really triggered for me was your care and your dedication and your leadership to help to grow and support others. And we've spent many times chatting about what your dream is in strengthening the Rotary family. Oh, it's happening tonight. Congratulations, Laura. Yes. Well, hello, International Director Valerie, District Governor Jim, President Mark, President nominee Laura, fellow Rotarians and guests. It is an absolute honor to join you from Grand Prairie, Alberta tonight. I'm connecting with all of you from Treaty 8 territory on the traditional lands of Métis, Cali Lake Métis Settlement Society, and the Beaver Lake Nation. And I'm very grateful to live, work, and learn on the traditional territory of Treaty 8. Well, tonight truly is an important night for many. For each of us that are here tonight, we're here to celebrate in the joining and also the creation of the Rotaract Club of St. Albert. It is a night of celebration for all of the members involved for the Rotaract Club of St. Albert and St. Albert St. City, pardon me, sorry, Nomi, but also as well for all the friends and the families that are with us or that have supported us to get to where we are today. Andre, you have led by example, and to see your passion carry forward with your daughter, Laura, my heart just is filled with so much gratitude for you and what you are and what you've also given to Laura. Thank you for your leadership and your care. Thank you, Andre. So tonight is not only about chartering the St. Albert Rotaract Club, but it's also the importance of our young leaders committing to themselves and to Rotary. As we know, Rotarians are passionate about community. And Rotarians are committed to be part of solutions and to make change. Well, tonight, you, Rotaractors, have many Rotarians are committed to you and committed to help to ensure that you develop from beautiful young people to strong leaders. We are all responsible to encourage, support, and engage you. We're all responsible to support you and strengthen yourself in learning and in development. And we are also responsible to encourage you to explore the future. What this will result in is that we'll be developing a sense of responsibility, self-value, and positive mindset. And if you combine all of those traits, what we'll see as a result is amazing young leaders and professionals that can go forth and plan, organize, lead, but also help to strengthen themselves as professionals and to strengthen communities in which they live in and communities that are abroad. Rotary and Rotaract provides a platform to engage and develop leaders, as we know, but also to build the next generation. And we take ownership in that. We take ownership by being here this evening, and we take ownership knowing that as we continue to develop leaders for the future, we're also developing leaders that's not only part of Rotary, but it also evolves in their place of work. It may be at their school, it may be in their community, and it also reflects within their families. So truly what we're building all together are the future of all communities. And we know that genuine leadership opportunities supports transition into independence. And what this will foster is the opportunity for skills to be used and characters to be developed. And we know that we're developing responsible citizens, and those citizens will promote social and emotional well-being. So by investing in developing these leaders as we are this evening and going forward, we'll see cultural changes. And we know that our young people are more interested in change and that they have a large stake in ensuring that they help to create a strong future. We appreciate that our young leaders are the future of our communities and the world. And we know that we're all playing a part in impacting the future. And we also know that we're responsible to work together. Together we transform. But as Simon Sinek well states, we are better together. So when you ask a young leader what they'd like to do to change the world, I guarantee you're going to hear amazing dreams of change, amazing dreams to move forward and create a difference for all, and a difference that will be felt again locally, or it may be for those people in the world that they've never met, that live in other countries or other communities. And I can share with you that the power of our young leaders is amazing. When you have a group of young, passionate, caring leaders come together for a purpose or a cause, I say to you, hang on, because you know they will move swiftly and passionately. Yes, Laura, I can see you're shaking yes, because we do. You move swiftly and passionately to the cause or to what you're focused upon. And they have minimal barriers as they stay true to the cause or purpose and they go forward. So to all the new Rotaractors, you are joining an amazing movement that is built on values, trust, passion, and desire to see change in action by uniting with others across the globe, in our communities, but also within ourselves. And we know that solving real problems takes real commitment and vision, and each of you have this commitment. And your dedication and care is more important than ever as we move through COVID. You are needed more now than ever before in your community in St. Albert, but also in communities around the world. As we know, through COVID, we're also going to move into rebuilding, and we need resilience to do that. So dear Rotaractors, I'm proud. I'm proud to say you are joining a network that for over 115 years, members have come together with their energy, their passion, and their intelligence to take action and make change. And those changes evolve from literacy and peace to water and health. But again, we're all working together to better the world. You are joining a global network that is recognized, valued, and trusted. And I remind you that Rotary values diversity and celebrates the contributions of all people and of all backgrounds. You will make friends from various areas around the world, and I encourage you to lead with confidence and share those moments together with care for each other and for the work of Rotary. And as you move forward, hold in your heart that you are touching the lives of others, and ensure that when you touch the lives of others and think of the work you're doing, you use the 4-way test and hold it close to your heart as a guiding principle as you do so. So of all the things we say or do, is it the truth? Is it fair for all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Well, fellow Rotarians, it's my pleasure and privilege to welcome this group of leaders and members of the Rotaract Club of St. Albert to District 5370 and the world of Rotary. Congratulations, Laura and team, and all the best to you as you go forward. This investment in the young professionals in the St. Albert community will undoubtedly produce great rewards in the future. Congratulations again. And I'll turn it over to you, Mark.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Appreciate your kind words. I'm pleased to introduce now the Rotary International Director for Zone 2832 for 2020-2022 and a member of the Rotary Club of Collingwood, South Georgian Bay, Valerie Wafer. Valerie?
Thank you so much, Mark, and thank you, Laura and Mark and Jim and Tracy and everyone else on this call for inviting me to celebrate this amazing event tonight. First of all, I would like to bring greetings from Rotary International and officially congratulate you on chartering the Rotaract Club of St. Albert. I realized through the conversation tonight that this has been a process, but guess what? You're chartering during a pandemic. It's so exciting, and it definitely shows that we are people of action. So congratulations, and it's a real honor for me to be here and to meet all of you in this way. I wish we could be together, but we will one day. Laura spoke about the leadership of past Rotary International President Barry Rassin, and Barry is a champion of Rotaract and was an integral part and voice of change. And so tonight I'm just going to speak a little bit about some of the changes that have happened in Rotaract and what that looks like for Rotaract going forward. So in 2019, the Constitution of Rotary International was amended to include Rotaract clubs as a membership type. So prior to this, Rotaract was a program of Rotary, which didn't really reflect fairly the status and partnership and service that we have with Rotary and Rotaract. And then the amendment was followed by the formation of a task force that was made up of Rotaractors and Rotarians to recommend updates to policy and have that discussion to learn what Rotaractors want from their membership. Because if you don't ask, you don't know, right? We spent too much time assuming and putting layers on things, as Laura said. So, really having those discussions about what Rotaractors want from their membership. And as a result of those conversations, we're seeing increased innovation and we're seeing greater flexibility and diversity within Rotaract. Actually, recently, our organization adopted a diversity, equity, and inclusion statement that strives to cultivate an inclusive culture in Rotary. And one of the things we did as a board, well, prior to me being on the board, but of course I stand by all decisions, is we removed the age limit of a Rotaractor, which was previously 31. Now, I personally understand why many Rotaractors don't want to join Mom and Dad's club, although I'm learning tonight that Laura has been part of Andre's club for many, many years. So, so maybe that's not true of Laura, but she rolled up her sleeves and she's been volunteering since she was very young. So I think, as she described, you have a family and a culture within your Rotary Club. But for many Rotarians, they look at Rotary and they say, it's not the way I want to serve. And so we now have the flexibility to look and meet and serve as we want in our own ways, not only as Rotaractors, but as Rotarians too. And Tracy is part of our team in the zone. We call them innovative club advocates. And we're specifically looking at new innovative club models, because that is the way we are going to grow Rotary. And now we have this flexibility with our Rotaract membership as well. And so we're listening and we want to hear what Rotaractors are saying. And this year, which is really exciting, Rotary International President Holger Knack has made a space at the table. Now it is a virtual table. We're meeting online at our board meetings, but he's made a space for a Rotaractor to not just be a person sitting in a seat, but to have a voice and to participate in our meetings. And it is going really, really well. The code of policies have also been adjusted to encourage districts to include Rotaractors in every single district committee. So I'm hearing that this is a very progressive district, and I know that Jim and Tracy in the last couple of years have really worked to have that youth voice at the table, and I know that's really important. But now it's actually in our code of policy. It's more than just an encouragement. And following along, the Rotary Foundation trustees in July have decided to appoint a Rotaract member to advise at their meetings on all matters related to Rotaract. The trustees also made the decision that beginning July 1st, 2022, Rotaract clubs will be allowed to either be the international or host sponsor of global grants if they have previously partnered with a Rotary Club on a global grant. And you know what, this is really exciting because this recognizes that many Rotaract clubs are already doing innovative, sustainable service projects that are aligned with our areas of focus. And by allowing Rotaract clubs to sponsor global grants, it will give you the opportunity to do even more good in the world. And finally, one of the other changes is, we are a leadership development organization, and Rotarians have access to resources online at our learning center, as well as being able to take advantage of some of our partnerships. For example, our most recent one with Toastmasters. Well, now, as of July 1st, 2022, Rotaractors will also have access to new leadership development, the ability to update online goals and tools, and have access to improved club administration tools. So we are thrilled. I'm thrilled. We are thrilled that Rotaract has been elevated as a membership type versus a program. And the important thing to point out here is that policy and structure is only a framework. The focus has always been on improving communities, growing leaders, and most of all, having fun while we do it. So I just want to congratulate you again on chartering the Rotaract Club of St. Albert, and welcome to Rotary to all of you.
Thank you so much, Valerie. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here this evening to join in this celebration. I'm now pleased to introduce the District Governor for District 5370 for 2020-2021 and Charter Member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, Jim Ferguson. Jim?
So Rotary International Director Valerie, past District Governor Tracy, President Mark, President nominee Laura, Yvonne, Rotarians and friends, welcome everybody to tonight's celebration. And thanks so much to the Rotary Club of St. Albert and President Mark for your leadership in making this day happen. I'd like to give you a little history on Rotaract. Rotaract was officially inaugurated during January of 1968 under RI President Luther Hodges. On the 13th of March 1968, the Rotaract Club of the University of North Carolina, USA, was the first club to receive its official charter. Although this club is recognized as the first Rotaract club, Rotarians have been sponsoring similar organizations for young adults since the early 1920s. As RI Director Valerie's mentioned, in 2019, Rotaract went from being a program of Rotary International to being a membership type of Rotary International, elevating its status to resemble that of Rotary clubs. As of the 1st of July 2020, Rotaract clubs can exist on their own or may be sponsored by Rotary and or Rotaract clubs. This makes Rotaract clubs true partners in service and key members of the family of Rotary. Your St. Albert Rotaract Club will have the following key goals: to develop professional and leadership skills, to emphasize respect for the rights of others based on recognition of the worth of each individual, to recognize the dignity and value of all useful occupations as opportunities to serve, to recognize, practice, and promote ethical standards as leadership qualities and vocational responsibilities, to develop knowledge and understanding of the needs, problems, and opportunities in the community and worldwide, to provide opportunities for personal and group activities to serve the community and promote international understanding and goodwill towards all people. It's a big responsibility, but your club will excel at it. I just want to mention a quote from Fatima Kuram from a Rotaract club in Pakistan after they raised funds to renovate a house for a single mother with disabled children and also provide groceries for several months until she could find permanent income support. The best part of the experience was seeing our members come together as Rotaractors to see, feel, and act. Our duty ends in action. Without it, our efforts are incomplete. Action doesn't always mean helping directly, but it does mean offering any aid that we can to help. This is our belief of what it means to be in Rotaract. See, feel, and act is a great action plan for your club. Laura, I'm looking forward to hearing about your club's leadership in humanitarian efforts, both in Alberta and around the world. On behalf of our district, congratulations on this special night. And I would like to share this with you. And there's your certificate. President Mark.
Thank you, District Governor Jim. Well, Laura, this is the part where you and I get all excited and go, yay!
Yeah, we did that.
It happened.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm going to hand it off to you because now you're president, Laura.
Again. Oh, man.
Mind blown.
I was over it. No, thank you.
Where's the crown? Where's the crown?
Thank you, Anita. I really should get one. Okay? Dad, are you listening? No, thank you all again so much for popping in this evening. You know, I didn't want to make it something really, really long, but just something special enough to start the night off. Thank you to those that spoke. Valerie, thank you so much for popping in from Rotary International. That's so, so special. Thank you so much for welcomes from the district, Jim and Tracy, and of course, Mark, for really being right there at every email I send and every question that I have. He's really good at answering emails, guys. So just thank you so much for being here tonight. I guess I would like to officially then announce, since we're now officially a club, officially announce the partnership between the Rotaract Club of St. Albert and the Rotary Club of St. Albert and also St. City Rotary. I'm so fortunate to have two Rotary clubs in St. Albert that want to be a part of this. So thank you so much. I know I have members from both here, so thank you all so much. Please extend those thanks. Yeah, I'm just so excited. That's just it. Yeah, I think that covers it.
Nicely said, Laura. Congratulations.
Thank you all so much again for joining. It means a lot.
Hey guys, St. Albert Rotary Club. We got somebody to plant trees now.
Got you. Yeah.
Congratulations, Laura. I know the Rotaract Club of Strathcona County is super excited to see what you guys are going to achieve in the next years, and we would love to work with you guys whenever you'd like.
Let's do it tomorrow. How's that?
Perfect. So much. I love it.
Amazing.
What did you say? What did you say, Tracy? You better hang on because they'll just run, right? We just saw that.
Yes. I promise they will. Did you see when I said that Laura was agreeing with me?
Oh, yeah.
Get out of the way. She's on the front runner.
Yes.
Amazing.
So awesome.
Yeah. Well, unless anyone has any closing comments, I think that is it. Again, thank you all so much for popping in tonight. I'm really excited to jump in and get some projects under the way, partner with other Rotaract clubs, other Rotary clubs, and just see what we can do. I will be sending out a push for new membership tomorrow. I already have one new member in here tonight. Hi, Tessa. So nice. So glad you're in here. And I haven't even done a push yet. So once you see that, please feel free to share that with whoever you think would want it. And let's get this thing going. Let's do this.
Wonderful. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Tracy, Jim, Yvonne. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Everyone, all the best.
Thank you, Laura.
Bye-bye. Congratulations, Laura.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thanks,
Good
President
night.
Mark.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow morning.
You got it. Bright and early.
Get bright and early.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, don't be a stranger, Laura. You're still welcome at our club too, you know.
Oh, of course. I'll be at those virtual meetings more regularly now.
All right.
That will be great, Laura. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vicki.
Congrats. Well done.